all of it. I praise God for this family, the spirit that's among us. And you all do know that God is the glue that can bring anything together. Amen. Just want to say to you that we love the Lord. I just want to give me about 8 minutes and I'll be through. I just want to talk about what do we do. It seems like the hedges are down. In Job chapter 1, I just read verse 20, Job chapter 1. And verse 20 says, Then Job arose and rended his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshiped. Everybody said worship. Worship. He said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord giveth, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. It says, 22 says, And all of this, Job sinned not charged God foolishly. I just want to kind of just read this thought, how God expects us to act when the hedges are down. All right. First of all, let me thank Daisy for paying such a high price to get us all together. Death ought not to be the motivating factor to bring a family together. Amen. Amen. One thing that I learned, I guess what I really like about the Jamison family, it was 14 of our brothers and sisters. I said, and it's a whole bunch of y'all. Amen. Amen. So I think y'all family and my family, really, when the Bible said be fruitful and multiply, I think they thought the Jamison and the Key was supposed to do it. Amen. So I thank God today. Thank God today. I want to, that sometimes God let things happen, but it all works together for our good. The fact of the matter is, we didn't really come here to stay, because this world is not our home. Daisy didn't come from her mother's womb. She really came through her mother's womb. Teach it. Because the Bible says before Daisy got to her mother's womb, God already knew her. Yeah. And the thing that since God already knew her, I have to really believe that, number one, God never took nothing that he didn't own. Whatever he took, he owned it. Amen. The other thing that I need to let you know, just in case you don't go to church on Sunday, that death is only a vehicle to move us to our mansion. And the other thing I found out about that Daisy really told us to think about today, she said dying, the good thing about dying is that it only has to happen once. And since death only comes upon us once, there really ought to be some shouting and some joy and some praising God. Amen. Not that Daisy gone, but we ought to be praising God for the fact is that she don't have to go back through what God just delivered her from. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful when folks speak good of you. I wish they had time. In Job, in chapter 1, look at it if you get a chance. The Bible said that when the sons of God went to present themselves to the Lord, Satan came also. But you got to be able to recognize him when he show up. I mean, just because he's sitting next to you, you don't have to give him no conversation. Just because he tried to urge you into doing something, you don't have to succumb. Can you get a witness? So simply says, don't get so religious that you think you're the only holy thing in the church. Amen. Because Satan shows up on time. You never miss the service. But then again, Satan's purpose is he don't want to really kill you. He just want to distract you. And the way he distracts us, he has put us against each other. Yeah. But do you know what? If God wanted our approval when he created us, he would have called us in and said, how you want this person to act? Yeah. So the idea is, so God looked and he said to Satan, where are you going? He said, I'm going to and fro, up and down. Y'all, it's in the text. I don't have time to deal with it. He said, and I'm trying to find somebody that I can devour. Yeah. And I want to let you know that don't be the subject of Satan's ego. And then he said this. He says, have you considered my servant Job? And look what it's in chapter 1. He says, ain't nobody on earth like him. And when God was bragging on him, Job was saying to his family, to his friend, hey man, he's talking about me. I'm the man, you know. But he's calling my name. He's disgusting. But you need to be careful. Because folks will smile in your face today. Yeah. And stab you in the back tonight. Amen. Because the table can turn. Can I get a witness? You're going to have sunny days all your life. You're not going to have all bright days every night and then. Every now and then some trouble will come our way. And then before the chapter gets out, look at the day. One thing is enough. About 4 or 5 times when Satan said, God said to Satan, listen, take it. Everything that he got is in your power. Just don't mess with his spirit. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't get caught up on this temple that we live in. Because it's only temporary. Can I get a witness? I bought another house here some years ago, and an old man told me, Keith, you too old to pay for a house like that. I said, I didn't buy it to pay for it. I bought it to live in. Yeah, because that ain't my house. That's just a temporary place, because if I live right and do what's right, I got a mansion in a house when I get on the other side. She said, and then he looses Satan onto Job. He's got to understand today, family. Satan cannot bother you or this family unless he gets God's permission. Let me say that again. You won't find Satan attacking you without getting God's permission. And if God loosens Satan only, it's only to teach us a lesson that we can depend on him. Amen. But let me just cut through it. So now Job, he's got 3 daughters and he's got 7 sons. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. But before the chapter goes out, the whole table turns on Job. Because when that was one service, we was in the field plying your camels and all of this happened. Then when you get down around verse 18, when Satan couldn't get Job through his trial, then Satan attacked his family. Because they came and said, listen, your sons and your daughters around playing and blah, blah, blah. And then there was a wind cut, and your sons and your daughters are dead. Now here's the thing I want us to look at today. Think about it. Here was a man who was rich, who feared God, who served God, but yet trouble came. Don't ever think the closer you get to God, the more you become a subject for Satan. But let's see how Job teaches us how we ought to act when the hedge is down. Because y'all do know the hedges ain't going to always be up. Amen. Because every now and then, God has hedged us in with just a little bit of stuff. You know, for example, he hedged us in with a little money. And our money done made us become mad. Amen. God has blessed us with a little money that we can have breakfast in Chicago, have lunch in California, take an evening stroll in Hawaii, all in the same day. We got credit card, we got MasterCard, we got Red Cross, we got all of these kind of things. Every now and then, God hedges us in with a little financing, but when we get financing, we lose our faith in Him. All right. Amen. The other thing I'm talking about, not only the little finance, but He blessed us with a little clothes. Now, I didn't know what a new suit was until I was almost 20 years old. Because I had to wear hand-me-down. Come on, talk to me. If the hole in my pants was the Holy Ghost, I was full of it. Amen. Because I wore overalls. In fact, we didn't have no music or nothing. So what Mother would do, she would put this flower starch in our overalls. I got anybody here that's going to help? And then what would happen, we didn't have a car to ride to church, but we walked to church. And that starch would begin to make songs while you're walking along. Can I get a witness? But now God has blessed us with a little clothes, and we done got beside ourselves. We got $200 hair on a 2-cent head. Can I get a witness? And then when the boy rubbed his hand through your hair, some girl over in China responded to it. Can you do it? And all our stuff look alike. Amen. Can I get a witness? So if we ain't dressed up, we ain't going to church. Amen. But I want to let you know today that I thank God today, after 76 years, that I found out that I was raised up in a 100% drug house. 100% drug house. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Now, crack to me was a hole in the floor. Weed was something that we pulled out of the field. Coke was something that we drank. Can I get with this? But we were 100% drug house. They drug us to Bible class. They drug us to Sunday school. BYP. Can I get with this? Church was not up for discussion. So God kind of blessed us. And the thing I like about it, God blessed us with a little bit of help. When I got up this morning, let's think about it, other week, Roger introduced me when I was a speaker, and he said, Keys still got swag at his old age. I got up and I thanked Roger for that certain kind of introduction. I said, but Roger, that really ain't swag, that's arthritis. He think I was pimping. I'm trying to stand up. Can I get a witness? But in spite of that, when I got up this morning and looked up in the sky, saw the snow falling, was able to stand on God's earth, I could still say, Lord, thank you for what you done for me. And that's why Daisy, this is not a homegoing, and ain't no funeral service. It's a reception. Amen. Well, what are you talking about? Because in January, she married her true love. Come on. She did. And she said the best way to get my family together is for me to leave planet Earth, go back to God, and pull my family together and tell them that your love is stronger than death. I'm going to finish this. Y'all come to church. 3 things Job did. When Job got that, the text says, when Job, he was a man that had to get 7 suits, 3 dresses, 10 caskets, all at one time. How would he handle it? How would you handle it? One thing, we get to the point where, Lord, I just can't. I mean, Job was at the point of a breakdown, a breakout. He saw, and what really hurt Job, that woman that said, for better or worse, for rich or poor, now she done turned on him. He done lost all his children. What would he do? What can we learn from Job when things hit rock bottom? First thing is in the text, I never know. First thing that the Bible said that Job, in verse 20, it said, then Job arose and rent his mantle. That means that he tore his clothes. I ain't talking about the clothes that you tore off of that guy, that suit you bought him. I ain't talking about that one. But he tore his mantle. Then he shaved his head. When he shaved his head, he simply said, I expose myself to your criticism. And you got to remember, we got family members who will criticize us. They do. Yeah. Because we don't mold ourselves to their way of thinking. Come on. Yeah. I got some brothers and sisters give aspirin a headache, but they still my family. I I can choose my friend, but I can't choose my family. Can I get with me? And just because you live on another side of time, don't separate you from your family. The first thing Job did, when he did that, the text said the first thing he did, he fell and worshiped God. And you really can't worship God if he ain't in you. You can't get out of you what ain't in you. Can you hear me? Listen, I can worship him for 5 reasons. I ain't got time to tell y'all. I can worship him number 1 because he woke me up this morning. I can worship him number 2 because he woke me up this morning. I can worship him number 3 because he woke me up this morning. I can worship him number 4, he woke me up this morning. I can worship him number 5 because he woke me up this morning. You got to learn how to worship God. Amen. But you got to have some inside help. Job fell down and he started worshiping God. He didn't fall apart. He didn't throw up his hand. He sat down and he started worshiping God. One thing he said, the Lord give. And the Lord take away, right? Amen. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In the next clause he said, in all of this, Job didn't charge God foolish. In all of this. The second thing he did, not only did he worship God, then Job, the next thing Job did, Job finally said, listen, he said, I tell you what, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. You got to learn. He said, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. You got to rely that God got us in mind. This didn't catch God by surprise. This date was already signed from the foundation of the world. Can I get a witness? It was already planned. It was already planned. Daisy came in 1949 and 2018 she finally finished her course and she went back home. He said, listen. Well, what I want you to do, he said, I worship God. He said, though he slid the will I trust him. You got to trust God. And you got to trust God even if it don't make sense. Did I get a witness? Amen. You can't say that you trust God and really don't trust him. And you got to trust God that first of all, God didn't take nothing. You got to trust God that God knows how much you can handle. You got to trust God that God knows that sometimes he has to take one home in order to bring the fellow. You got to trust God that he knows more about it. Yeah. Amen. Well, how you know there is a God? Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna close. Anybody that can put a banana in a peel, put a peanut in a hug, make a lemon sour, and an onion sweet, anybody that can paint the sky blue without a ladder or a paintbrush, anybody that can get a black cow to eat green grass and get a white milk, anybody that can take a yellow chicken and weigh a white egg, anybody that can put dust and make little people like us with a mind to go, anybody that can do it, I want it. The last thing I want to let you know, the other thing, not only did I say, I trust God. He said the last thing he did, watch it, he said, all my appointed time will I wait until my change comes. That change came for Daisy. See, you can't let your waiting become wait. So what he said, Rob, I'm telling you this. If you're going to learn how to wait on him, why go to the bus station when you know the bus ain't running? Why go to the airport when the plane ain't flying? Come on, talk to me. Why trust in God if you don't believe he's going to come through it? Is there anybody know that he will come through just about the time you get ready to pull